สวัสดีครับ Greetings from Bangkok once again. Kasit Piromya. We are now still in the first month of the year 2025, and I would therefore like to take this opportunity to express my view, give some observation as to the direction of the Kingdom of Thailand, or in other words, what type of Thai society I wish to see, and I would like to invite all of us, of you and so on, to join me in pursuing this some sort of dream or the idealistic Thai society, which is not that idealistic in the sense that it can be done, it can be practiced, and so on. The first thing is that I would like all the Thai citizens to be able to live in a democratic society with representative government, with accountability, with action and activities that cater to the well-being and interests of the citizens. Whichever government, whichever political parties that assume the mantle of governments and so on must first of all have within itself, every Thai politicians, every political parties, or every servant of the society must have within themselves sort of a moral principle. The Thai word is Dhamma. They have to have that some sort of moral virtues within themselves so that they can serve the society to the fullest. And political work is for the public good, and it's not for vested interest or for the self-interest. So hopefully in this democratic society of Thailand, we will have more and more virtuous politicians and senior bureaucrats and so on, because they all have volunteered to serve the society, and they have to do this honestly, with high integrity, and with the sense of purpose for the public good. That would be the first point. At the same time, the people, the owner of the sovereignty and powers of Thailand and so on, must be in the situation to participate, to have access to information. They should be able to be consulted on all important issues of the society. People's participation is very, very important. Access to data, information is also very important. And everything to be conducted by the government and the bureaucratic side must be transparent, and there must be accountability and so on. So it is incumbent on all Thai citizens, the political side, the bureaucratic side, the civil society side, and all the people and so on, have to work together for the good of the country. At the same time, within this democratic framework of the Kingdom of Thailand, I believe that the state or the government, whichever government and so on, must be a bit of socialist thinking, in the sense that many activities cannot be carried out by the private sector. Many activities cannot be based only on competition from a capitalist open market point of view. Certain segments of the society, of the citizenships, cannot help themselves. Certain areas of the country cannot help themselves to develop. So it is incumbent on the state or the government must have a sort of a socialist thinking. So I do believe that the state, through whichever government in being, must provide free education until undergraduate first degree, university degree for all Thai citizens if they would like to continue the education. Second, there must be equalization of the health services. At the moment, Thailand has 3 health systems. One for the civil servants, second for the private sector, and third for the masses. A country cannot afford to have 3 health systems. It reflects inequality and discriminatory treatment. We should go for one health system coverage every citizen in an equal and transparent manner. The third issue would be the housing. We have the Housing Authority of Thailand. We also have the government bank to do the financing of the house needs and so on. So these 2 institutions should be entrusted with collecting data on the demand side and at the same time proceed to build as many of the buildings, whether it's a condominium, apartment or single houses and so on, as much as possible in order to be ready for those who need a new house to have the full ownership to move in. There must be a system that is transparent and accessible to every citizen. And housing is something very, very important for the lessening the inequality in the Thai society. And at the same time, it would provide some sort of a moral uplifting also, because to own a property is a sort of the human security and human dignity. And concurrently, the government or the state must proceed to ensure that every farmer in Thailand who needs a plot of land to cultivate must be able to own one, and the government has the duty to provide land for cultivation. And in that sense, those who possess so much land must sell back to the government so that the government could use that land to distribute to the needy farmers. Ownership of the land, like ownership of a house, is very important indeed as a mark of equality in the Thai society. And for those who accumulate large amount of lands without doing the farming themselves, should not be allowed to do so. We should do away with landowners and tenants as much as possible to bring about equality in the society. And those who till the land must have the full benefits. At the same time, factors of production to the farming should be in the direction of lessening the use of pesticide, chemicals, and so on. And the government could provide the financing or the services to the effect so that the cost of investment on the part of the farms will be less and affordable. And there must be some sort of the guarantee of the price and the balancing of the interest between the producers of agricultural produce and the consuming society and so on. The state must intervene and must ensure balance of interest between the producers and the consumers and so on. At the same time, when it comes to workplace, in factories, offices and so on, the government should ensure the balancing of interest. The setting up of trade unions should be important to ensure that the workers do have an institute to represent them as a bargaining entity to find common solution with the employers or with the owners of the entities and so on. So these are some of the couple of things that there must be the state intervention for the public good, for the enhancement of equality in the Thai society. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณมากครับ